Would you believe that an almost bankrupt collective enterprise made it to the cover of Forbes? Well, this was the case for the company known as the Haier Group. In 1985, the Haier Group was a refrigerator company out of Qingdao, China. Their financial status was small, and a new CEO had just taken over the company, Sang Roy Min. The first order of business that he gave to his workers was to destroy 76 refrigerators right off the production line. Zhang's message with that order was that the company would no longer produce substandard products. From that day on, he changed the face of the company, and in 2007, Haier was ranked one of the world's 6 largest makers of kitchen appliances. With a 4% global market share, how was the Haier Group able to turn around their financial standings when their competition normally took about 95 years in order to accomplish what they had? Well, they did that in just over 20 years. Beginning in 1985, the Haier Group started to improve and was known for their performance in domestic markets and its increasing success around the world. Not only was the company known as a national pride within China, but it was also flourishing in the European and the North American markets as well. Some of the key factors Zhang implemented for product diversification. For example, the Haier Group was only making one refrigerator back in 1985. And now they started to diversify to 86 different categories with over 13,000 specifications. Some of the product lines were TVs, small home appliances, washing machines, air conditioners, and wine cellars. Another success factor Key implemented was product innovation to create each market. For example, in China, a miniature washing machine was set in the production line because it fit in with the living space in the major cities throughout China. Haier was able to capitalize on this very needed product. Another success product was marketing initiative that emphasized the product quality and market research. Rather than competing with other prices, Haier tried to differentiate in products. Haier was actually able to increase his price and give the message of quality and their service with their product line due to market research. Globalization was another key factor that was implemented by Haier. Globalization helped with the expansion of international markets by setting up production bases and sales facilities throughout the world. A final key factor was the innovative human resource management practices implemented by Haier. The company tied for performance in salaries, job securities, and other strategic factors within the organization. In addition to the success factor, Haier also implemented manager philosophies which tied into Japanese management, American innovation, and Chinese culture along with some of their philosophies. This framework led to management philosophies. The first is the sense of urgency, which made employees aware of the external competition that Haier faced. Not only did this philosophy concept concentrate on accountability, but also made employees aware of the competition that was against Haier. The next management philosophy was OEC, overall every control and clearance. Overall meant overall performance. Every meaning everyone, every day, and everything. Control meaning all tasks completed by the end of work. And clearance was an assessment of and meetings by the supervisor. This was the framework of the organization and management system. The next management philosophy was the 80-20 principle. This meant that 20% of the managers were responsible of 80% of the company's results. The final philosophy of the racetrack was the racetrack philosophy. The racetrack model was used as a performance appraisal system to keep employees racing towards positive performance evaluations and promotions. As a winner of the race, you had to keep racing to keep defending your title. After implementing these management philosophies, Zhang also found it to be important to do measures that adhere to control the management level. This was very important for managers within the division to see the impact with the production units. Profits and losses were tracked so that unit managers could see the income and expenditures and could account for their whole bank book. Zhang believed that this deposit book provided a way for each manager in a division to function at their own miniature company. The bank book provided greater accountability as it was a way to evaluate if you were beating or if you were exceeding your goals, that you would receive money. If not, then you would have to pay. Zhang believed that this was an incentive for managers to do their job. With the managing philosophies and tracking the personnel on an individual level, Hare used these tools to motivate and manage performance. One of the best motivational tools that they used to motivate workers was the footprints on the factory's floor. The employees would stand on the green footsteps and talk about their accomplishments and positive innovations. Another motivation tool that was used to track performance was a chart rating system. Employees and supervisors would evaluate their performance and assess how well they did in fulfilling their goals. The purpose was to recognize and reward success at creativity of the employees. Managers were also evaluated through a quantifiable system which held them accountable for their performance. Through their use of strategic success factors implemented with Hare, such as product diversification, product innovation within each market, market research, and initiatives that emphasize product quality, globalization, and innovation human resource management practices, Hare built a framework for their organization and goals. Furthermore, the company implemented management philosophies such as sense of urgency, OEC, the 80-20 principle, and the racetrack model. Along with tracking individual performance, creating positive bank book, also to measure the profits and managing their performances for both employees and managers. These principles helped Hare to achieve market growth from a company with severe debt to one of the world's largest market leaders.